Hello and welcome to Top Deck. This is not the video I thought I would be making. However, if you remember in my last video, the October meta breakdown, I said that there would be live over-the-board gameplay that I would be uploading, and I definitely recorded that. I recorded 2 weeks worth. I got my friends to record some Pack Wars, and I got one of them to play me in some over-the-board Pioneer, and it was a really good time. Unfortunately, all of that footage got corrupted. I lost a lot of footage that I was going to use these next couple of weeks. So this video is now going to be kind of 3 parts. Part 1 is going to be an apology. Part 2, timestamp right here, will be showing you all the cool cards that I got out of the Secret Lair Festival in a Box. And Part 3, which you can find the timestamp here, will be actual gameplay, that I recorded of myself playing like a Jund Sacrifice deck on Arena in the Explorer format. But yeah, so those are the timestamps if you need them. But, so yeah, Part 1, the apology. I'm really sorry if anyone was actually looking forward to the gameplay. Like I was looking forward to it. I'm sorry if I let you down. Obviously I didn't mean to. I had gotten like the Secret Lair Festival in a Box thing, and I was gonna play Pack Wars with my friends. We were gonna open up packs. We were gonna play Magic out of that, and it was a lot of fun, and I figured, hey, that would be a good way to open packs because my pack opening skills are not very good for the camera, and that way you'd all get to see the gameplay. It was just a good arrangement all around, and kind of lost that, and I lost the footage of my friend and I playing a very close Pioneer match. That he won. He beat my Phoenix deck with like a Boros Heroic deck. Yeah, he top decked God's Willing right off the top, and it was the one card I didn't play around because there was like only 1 or 2 copies left in his deck. And that was frustrating. I had the game won other than that. I had the match won other than that. But I'm still really sorry that I can't show any of that to you. That being said, let's get into part 2, which is the cards, the really cool cards that I got out of the Secret Lair. So here is me opening the box for continuity purposes. I opened this like several weeks ago. I didn't open the packs, but yeah, here's the box opening. Hello and welcome to Top Deck. Today, I plan to be cracking some packs for y'all. We are going to be opening the Festival in a Box Secret Lair. I've been really excited for this product. I love the playtest cards from the original Mystery Boosters, and this is the only way to get similar cards as well as a wide variety of cards from Magic's history. The downside of the product undoubtedly is the price. While I think the price is surprisingly fair for everything that is included in this, it is still very, very high, and I do know that a lot of people were priced out of this product. The only reason I was able to buy it is due to some financial luck. So, if you were unable to purchase this product due to monetary considerations, I feel you, I completely understand. So, today, just try to live vicariously through me. Alright, so now let's open the box. Alright, so, put the seal here. There. Alright, here we are. Ooh, welcome to your own personal Magic Con. Alright. Okay, so first thing that's up first is we have a pack of cards attached to, it's got Fibble Thip Lost on the Range, right? So let's open this pack of cards first. I think this is like Ponder. It's got a Plains and then like Path to Exile. Alright. Ooh, and Convention Marrow. Okay, let's zoom in on that card. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll let you read it, but no, that looks kind of fun. Alright, yep, and then this really nice looking Plains. I don't know why they only included Plains, but it's alright. It looks really cool. A little AI generated, but it is a John Avon land. And but we can use it to cast the Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And Ponder. Yeah. I don't know if I'll put this in any of my decks, but that does look kind of cool. Alright, now let's get into the Secret Lair drop series. Okay, I kind of thought the Convention Marrow was the bonus card for this, so let's see if there is a bonus card for this one. This is the one with like all the creatures from Magic's history. Yep. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we got like a notebook thing. Okay, and that's about it to that. All right. Alright, so, alright, nothing left in the envelope, we can put that aside, and we have, ooh, it's foil, like that. I know that it is foil, but like, it looks like a really nice foil. This is the second Secret Lair I've ever gotten, so, and I didn't get foils for the other one, so, Rhea Dawnbringer, alright, like that. Orvar the All Form, excuse me. I think this saw play in... What is it, like Legacy? Because it would play against Reanimator, because then like the Archon of Cruelty would come back. You could discard this, get your own Archon, and then just negate whatever the Reanimator player is doing. That's kind of cool. We've got Drana, the Last Blood Chief. I like this art for Drana. Lavinia, Azorius Renegade, and then the boy, Omnath, Locus of Creation. This will be going into my Pioneer Cube. I am looking forward to putting it in there. It's really, really good in Pioneer. And then, ooh, Paradise Druid. I think I actually need this for my Pioneer Cube as well. I could be wrong. But, yeah. Alright, so that's the bonus card. That's a good one. Alright, so those cards look very, very nice. And we've got 3 collector boosters. I've never opened a collector booster either, so this will be a good first. And then the star of the show, a box within a box containing little bags with more cardboard. So you've got cardboard in bags and a box in a box. And it was shipped to me in a different box. But this is Mystery Booster 2. So this will be a lot of fun to open. So yeah. That will be enjoyable. Alright, now you're probably expecting me to open the packs here. And believe me, I will in this video. However, if you are one of the 18 people who saw my last pack opening, you would know that it was pretty bad. I sound very unnatural when opening packs, so instead of opening all of these cards right now, I'm actually going to wait until 2 of my favorite people in the entire world show up, and we're going to play Pack Wars. And now that we've seen all the cool Secret Lair cards, let's actually get into the real cards. So here's a little appetizer. Here are some of the other cool cards. We have a Ruby Medallion, which is a Modern All-Star out of that Commander Masters pack. That was really exciting to hit. I mean, considering Ruby Storm is kind of popular right now. We had a Nature's Will from the Wilds of Eldraine pack. Just love this art. Horned Lockwhale, beautiful. Day of Judgment, who doesn't love a Wrath? Poetic Ingenuity, I mean, just great. Lady of Laughter, Talion's Messenger, this wonderfully shiny Bramble Familiar that kind of blinded me with the glare at first. I was playing, we were playing like 1v1v1, so in my pack was the Ixalan pack, and I almost won the game with this combo of Tarion Soulcleaver and Abuelo Ancestral Echo, because like I could attack in, and my opponent's stuff would die. This would get bigger and just become a more inevitable threat. The thing that actually won, I'll show a bit later. But yeah, that was fun. Grim Captain's Locker, that card was not particularly useful in the game. Rite of Replication, great commander card. And speaking of commander cards, we have Clouth, Unrivaled Ancient. I actually have like, I only have like 2 or 3 commander decks, and one of them is a dragon deck, completely proxied. So now I actually get to add a card that isn't proxied, and that's really exciting. And this card's actually fairly expensive. I'm pretty happy about that. Got the Ignoble Hierarch card that used to be good in Modern. Those were the days. Mantis Rider, this used to be good in Standard, I think. And then we have Arcades the Strategist. Cue all the Donald Trump and the wall jokes. I'll let you leave them in the comments. This is an election cycle year. Probably shouldn't discuss politics. Then we've got Cathar's Crusade. This card is also good in Commander. I don't know what deck I'll put it in because I don't generally play white, but it's all right. We also have can't even pronounce that. Mazarek, Crawl Death Priest. We've got the Expansion Explosion double card. I love my Izzet cards. Longtime viewers of this channel know I love my Izzet Phoenix deck. This card isn't good enough for that deck, but who doesn't love a good red-blue? We've got the Haunt of the Hightower. We've got the card with one of the most fun names to say, Lightning Skelemental. I mean, it's just ball lightning, but just better. Alayla, Artful Provocateur. Good old Esper card. And then we had Ygra Shadiki, the Usurper. All right, so hopefully that whetted your appetite some. These are... I'm not going to show you all the cards because there are a lot of cards in that box. But so I'm just trying to show you the cool stuff. And speaking of cool stuff, who doesn't love a good Future Sight frame on like a Zombie Master? Oh, it seems like that. Okay, that is just a little debris. All right, so Zombie Master. Then we have Elvish Reclaimer, another card that used to be good in some Eternal formats. I think it's in like the Lands deck in Legacy. And speaking of Legacy cards, we've got Counterbalance. This works well because I'm also trying to build a Legacy deck, mostly proxies. But hey, now I've got the sideboard all-star Counterbalance. We've got Goblin King. I opened quite a few Goblin cards in the box as well. It's like, hey, you should build Goblins as a commander. And I thought, hey, not a bad idea. And I thought, you're making a really good case for it. Now I just need to figure out some way to give all my opponents mountains. Then we've have Kataki, Ward's Wage. And we had, here's a dragon that I thought really looked cool, but I don't think I'm going to actually put it in my Dragon Commander deck. But I mean, it looked pretty neat, and I'm generally not a fan of rolling dice. I want effects where you can actually calculate ahead of time. I'm not really much of a gambling man. I'm not someone to play around with my Final Fortune as much as I love extra turn spells, especially gimmicky ones that make you lose the game at the end. But yeah, so this is fun, but I probably won't play it anytime soon. Then we've got Stifle. Good card, another staple in Eternal formats. Ooh, and speaking of staples in Eternal formats, let's turn our attention to Pioneer, where this foil collected company would be really great in a deck. I actually want to put this into my Pioneer cube, and it'll probably have to replace the collected company there already, but yeah, this one's just nice and shiny. We got ourselves a Crackdown. Natural Order, this card is at least used to be terrorizing the Timeless format on Arena, so I was excited to hit one of those. We've got Serenity, Board Wipe, Artifacts, and Enchantments. That's fun. And then we've got Mana Bond, which helps you ramp it. Probably just a commander card. But then we also had Gravedigger's Cage, which is a Pioneer sideboard all-star. Really hate playing against this deck, or against this card, because, I mean, I play Izzet Phoenix, and this card just works so well against this. And then we've got Mana Flare, a card that I really don't know how to evaluate, because it helps all of your opponents. I'm assuming this is in a format where you have at least 2 or 3 other opponents. So I don't know exactly how good this card is, but if I ever end up using it, I'll let you know. Alright, and now let's get into the cards that I actually bought the box for. The playtest cards. So did I spend a bunch of money just to get a handful of these playtest cards? Yes, I did. Do I regret it? Not really. So these are the fun stuff that you can only really get in mystery boosters. And so we've got like Che, Friend of Many. We've got Boltfire, good burn spell. I mean, just straight up, just 2 damage to any target, but at sorcery speed. We've got Where What, which was more fun to say than to play. Don't worry about it. Real Wile E. Coyote vibes going on here. Luxior, Ignited. I actually like Luxior Giada's Gift in my Oathbreaker deck, so this was a fun card to open. I think I did get to open this. Then we had Value Town. I was surprised that there wasn't a card called like Flavor Town, because I don't know who doesn't like Guy Fieri. We got ourselves Glade of the Pump Spells. This is a land that you actually have to spend mana for. That was kind of confusing, but it did tap for 2 green, so it was well worth it. All right, old Modern players, here you are. Surely some of you have tried to Jund out before. Here is your entire deck. Here are all the good cards of your deck that are no longer playable in Modern. Thank you, Modern Horizons, for power creeping everything, but at least they're all here on Jund out. Then we had some other cool cards. I really want to put these into like their own kind of cube, where the playtest cards are just kind of like staples, or just fun inclusions. That's kind of really what I wanted to do. I want to put them in their own like draft environment where I can put all my janky cards. Penumbra Umbra, we're going back to the Totem Armor stuff, but except this time, it's Umbra Armor. And then the Naturalize 2, which can destroy the Penumbra Umbra. We've got Marchesa's Surprise Party, which is a conspiracy. This is like the second conspiracy I've ever owned now. So that was fun. Call from the Grave. We've got 2x4, which was really great for either pumping your stuff or shrinking your opponent's things. It was very versatile for 2-mana, and I appreciated having it. Yeah, I definitely opened that one, yeah. And then we had Intangible Vibes. I do not get the vibes of this Intangible Vibes card, but, I mean, like, what is going on here? I do not understand, but I don't have to. We've got Terry Pin, Turbo Turtle. I mean, makes basically all your abilities flash speed, so, like, hey, I'm going to sacrifice my Blood Tithe Harvester to give your creature -X, and now I can do it on your turn. I mean, it's just such a niche card. And I appreciate niche cards. We've got the Heron Moon. We've also got Can't Quite Recall, a card that has to start outside your deck. That was fun, and this will probably be a proxy for the Ancestral Recall in the Vintage Cube that I'm also trying to build. I really enjoy making cubes. I mean, it's a great way to play Magic. I mean, if I'm not doing like Pauper or Pioneer, I generally look at my cubes. I have a really fun Pioneer cube that I've got about half the cards for. Yeah, that's the problem when you don't have a lot of money when you're in college. It's because you don't have all the money to get all your cards. Anyway, we've got Common Black Removal, which allows you to destroy something at instant speed and then get one of these cool effects. I appreciated that card a lot. And this is a card that I didn't really appreciate, though, because it's probably not fun in 2-player. It was miserable in 3 players, because the way this paragraph works is that, like, I would be the active player. I would take my untap step. Then they would take their untap step. Then my other friend would take their untap step. Then my upkeep, then their upkeep, then their upkeep, then first main phase, then first main phase, then first main phase, and then like I'd go to combat. It just slowed gameplay down so much. I actually advocated for this card being removed from my own board because it was just kind of frustrating. And then we had Mother's Yamazaki, which I like. This card is cute. Who doesn't like the smile? And the only other annoying thing about it was that it has partner with itself, so you could actually pull out another Mother's Yamazaki if you had one in your deck. But we're playing Pack Wars, so I didn't really have another one. So that is kind of the downside of the card. So if I ever wanted to use this in an actual deck, I'd need probably another one. And then the card that won me the game single-handedly, or one of the games single-handedly, we had Who's That? Praetor! So you randomize and you get one of these Praetors here. I actually rolled Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, and it turns out a 6/6 with Trample Haste is just pretty good in Pack Wars, because you can just annihilate everything your opponents are doing before they even get a chance to do much. So yeah, those are the playtest cards. I like them. I mean, I think I got some good ones out of there. All right, now here's all the cards I went. Yeah, some of these are sleeves. I mean, yeah, but this one was Welcome to Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park. Good science fiction. I love science fiction stuff. And then it's like just such a classic line. And this is actually the first Jurassic Park card that I've ever gotten. And I mean, apart from like lands, but like it's like if you open it's like, ooh, it's a Jurassic Park forest. I mean, it's not nearly as cool as Welcome to Jurassic Park. Yeah, you got to hear the line again because it's fun. Then we got a Mishra's Bauble. We kind of freaked out when we saw this because we thought this card was much more expensive than it actually is. Oh, pardon me. Thinking about value that's not there gives me a cough. Oh, jeez. Oh, excuse me. But Mishra's Bauble, I mean, it's really good in a lot of Eternal formats. So that was a good pickup. Oh, and so is Dauthi Voidwalker. Dauthi Voidwalker, that used to be like really good in Modern. Now it's like moderately okay because the energy deck is just dominating everything. Summoner's Pact. This card is just good everywhere. Like everywhere it's legal. I mean, there's probably a deck that can run it. I mean, especially like Commander or something. Yeah, I was really happy to get that. Oh yeah, Comet. It was this was fun. Just like it was my friend Christian. He opened this and he was just rolling. And it was just like, well, that was not the effect I got, but hey, whatever. Yeah, going back to the Goblin cards, like both Goblin and Oh, and the Goblin King? Yeah, it's like, hey, this is another card that's just like, build goblins, build goblins. And then we had Balance, which is excellent. I mean, this is a perfectly fair Magic card. They should print this more often. I mean, just everyone just goes down to the lowest number. Why wouldn't this be fair, right? Why isn't, I mean, like, how is this card even considered good, right? For those of you who are only half watching this, that was sarcasm. This card is awesome. I love it. Oh, and then there's Minsk and Boo. Speaking of awesome cards, this card single-handedly won my friend a game of Pack Wars. Or he played his entire pack of cards just he like blinked his Minsk and Boo like several times, got like multiple hamsters, threw them at people, drew a bunch of cards. Like it was dumb. And his turn took over like 10 minutes, and his deck was 15 cards because I mean it's Pack Wars. Then we have Bolas's Citadel. This my other friend McKenna, she's a little bit newer to Magic, and she's like, oh, it's just an artifact. Like I don't know how good this one is, and it was just like, it is a very good card. Please. I really wish I had these on video, and I'm making myself sad because I don't actually have that footage anymore. But I hope you can at least appreciate the Bolas' Citadel here, and I hope you can appreciate the Lotus Petal. This card's great in Pauper. I chose to not put it into any of my Pauper decks because it is, it's a budget problem. Like, I don't want to spend $30 on $30 four times on a playset of a card. So no, this will just go into the Vintage Cube that I am trying to build. Then, good artifacts. We had Isochron Scepter, and that worked really well with Urza, and I kind of already spoiled it. We have Thassa's Oracle. It really just seemed that with all the artifacts in Urza, the universe was telling me to build a very specific deck that would get me banned from my local game store. And then I thought, maybe I shouldn't build that. And then the competitive side of me said, you know what? What if we did? So I'm totally going to build this deck. I mean, this is foil too. Ain't that cool? And then there's Thoracle in the Future Sight frame. I mean, who doesn't love that? And then speaking of things in the Future Sight frame, we have Hull Breacher, the card that's now banned in Commander. So I don't know where I'm going to play it. Maybe that's in my Vintage Cube. I forget the exact list. And then we had Torak. If you like him to Torak, then you'll love the actual guy himself. I love things with just like protection from white. It's like, yeah, I'm pro white. That actually sounds kind of weird saying it out loud. Forget I said that. But we can forget that because it's Doomsday. This card is like the namesake of a deck that I think is also banned. Like that also, I think that card, yeah. If I remember rightly, you can Doomsday and then keep like Demonic Consultation and Thassa's Oracle, and then you just win the game that way. That's either Legacy or Vintage, and something's banned in there somewhere. But yeah, I was excited to get that one. And then there was the Ulamog out of the Commander Masters pack. Funny thing, saw this card, and then later we discovered that there was a second Ulamog in the pack, and it was in foil. That's in the Pioneer Cube cards that I recorded a little bit because I wanted to put them in my cube before I actually did this part. So you'll see them right after this. But yeah. Needless to say, the Commander Masters pack because friend had the Commander Masters pack. I had the Ixalan pack, and another friend had the Wilds of Eldraine pack. The Commander Masters pack just blew everything out of the water. I mean, it wasn't even close. So yeah, Ulamog, and it's in full art. And then you'll see the foil one right after we show the Pioneer cards that are coming in right now. I got Archon of Emeria, I got Karuga, the Macro Sage, Skyclave Apparition, Thespian Stage, Smuggler's Copter. I was really happy to pick up that one. Omnath from the Secret Lair that we opened at the beginning. I got All That Glitters and Haywire Might, Davriel, Bitter Triumph, the foil Ulamog that I mentioned at the beginning, Deafening Silence, Leyline of the Void, Cling to Dust, Prosperous Innkeeper, and Reckless Rage. Yep, so these are the cards I got from my Pioneer Cube. This one looks really cool, especially with how shiny it is. Alright, so those were the Pioneer cards, and now it seems like I've shown you all the cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed that, and now let's get into the gameplay. we're playing Jund Sacrifice just because I said there would be gameplay and I want to follow through on that in some capacity. So I hope that was enjoyable. Alright, so here is the deck that I came up with because I wanted to give you some gameplay. I went with Jund Sacrifice. I've not tried the Jund version of this deck yet. I have tried the Rakdos version, and I've tried the Golgari Ygra combo deck, and this deck is kind of just an amalgamation of the two. Basically, the point of this deck is to sacrifice as many of our permanents as possible. We're going to be looping Cauldron Familiar through Witch's Ovens. We're going to be stealing our opponent's small things to be blowing them up with Witch's Ovens or Deadly Disputes. And then we've got Blood Tithe Harvesters that make bloods and can sacrifice themselves. We're going to get so much sacrifice value out of our Mayhem Devils. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, if you don't know how this deck works, welcome to Pioneer, or Explorer in this case, because we are on Arena. And it makes a shaman, gives you some card selection, and then it becomes like a bad version of Kiki Jiki. The other card in the deck is Ygra, and the way the Ygra combo works is you need to have one Cauldron Familiar on the battlefield, one in the graveyard, and Ygra also needs to be on the battlefield. And what happens is, since Ygra makes everything food, and Cauldron Familiar can return from the graveyard to the battlefield, if you sacrifice a food, you can sacrifice one Cauldron Familiar to the other one, and then you can just loop them through each other, and you gain a life, your opponent loses one. It's a really nice combination. I have a whole video on it. I'll probably put it somewhere in the upper right-hand corner. Go check that out if you haven't seen that one already. I'm actually pretty proud of that video. Anyway, and then so in the sideboard, we are running Gigantha because we have a bunch of mono-pipped things, and so we've got Thoughtseize for hand attack, we've got Kroxa for I really just needed a 15th sideboard slot, not going to lie. We've got Leyline of the Void and Cling to Dust as Graveyard Hate. We've got Pick Your Poison, if it will show up. There it is, to handle artifacts and enchantments. Basically, this is our own anti-graveyard tech hate. We've got Pithing Needles to shut down anything with activated abilities, and then just a couple more removal spells with Abrupt Decay and Assassin's Trophy. They do essentially the same thing. Abrupt Decay only hits things with mana value 3 or less, but Assassin's Trophy gives them a basic land, so there is a bit of a trade-off. Don't look too hard at my mana base. This is really just the best combination of Jund lands I had, and so yeah, that's about it. Let's go play let's go play some Magic. All right, we are back, and we're going to get a blood token off the Blood Tithe Harvester. I'll actually keep this and hope that our opponent does not have Thoughtseize. So we are back, and we are hoping for an opponent that does not leave the match during Game 1. This is the third opponent I've tried. The other two left in the middle of Game 1. The first one was like we were just having like a back and forth game, and then they said good game, conceded, and didn't come back, so I'm guessing something popped up on their end that made them have to leave their game of Magic. Alright, so we're some kind of Esper deck that we're playing against here, so we'll play a Blackleaf Cliffs, we will play a Cauldron Familiar. If they kill it, no biggie. We will follow that up with Copperline Gorge next turn and play Blood Tithe Harvester. And then Game 2, our opponent they didn't say anything. We have nothing of value to play, so we will hold off playing our land. We will play Copperline Gorge and hope our opponent does not counter our Blood Tithe Harvester, because we're really after the blood token. Alright, so yeah, they'll Fatal Push. They'll Fatal Push the Cauldron Familiar. That works for me. So what do we do turn 3? We're going to play turn 3 land. Yeah, actually I do want to. Do I play the land first? Probably. Just so we've got all the mana open against this blue deck. So yeah, we will attack here. We will get in. And then we will hold up Deadly Dispute. I was just going to use the blood token, but I really want to hold up Deadly Dispute. Alright, so they will make a shark. Do I use the Deadly Dispute now on the blood? Probably just so I can get it in on our counterspell. There is an argument to be made to wait for them to try to kill the Blood Tithe Harvester, and then I can get additional value out of it, but at the same time then they're still using because then I'd still have a blood token left over. But alright, so now we've got Scavenger's Talent. That's a good card. Let's get in there first with our Blood Tithe Harvester. Boop. We're hitting him down to 12. That's right where you really want to be. Let's Let's try to land. Let's try to land a Scavenger's Talent. So this is a card they probably want to counter. Dovin's Veto. Okay. Yep, that'll do it. Then do we play the Mayhem Devil? Might as well. I don't think they have any more removal, or at least they didn't have any that they could use. So are they going to get in? They are not. Interessante. Okay, so if we draw, okay, let's just attack first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We are on the beatdown. Our opponent is not. Our opponent is at 9 life. I don't feel like overextending into a board wipe, so we will just play a land, and then we will pass with Deadly Dispute up, and if they, wipe things out with a Fatal Push. All right, so that was good play by them, but not quite as good as this, where we get to get extra sacrifice value. Hit them up top, get a couple cards out of it. We really need another Cauldron Familiar. If we draw another Cauldron Familiar, we can slam Ygra, play a Cauldron Familiar, and just win the game out of nowhere. That is something I really like about this. Oh, and they scoop it up. Good choice, opponent. So we're going to be on the draw, most likely, if our opponent knows what they're doing. So let's bring in our Thought Seizes. I really didn't see too much from our opponent. I'm going to... Let's bring in Assassin's Trophy and like a Pithing Needle. Yeah, they're not going to really be playing tokens, so let's get rid of our Claim the Firstborns. And we need to get rid of 4 cards. I'm going to guess Fatal Push is not really going to be a factor here. But do we bring in anything else? Let's just... I'm guessing they've got Planeswalkers. That's my guess. I'm guessing they have Planeswalkers, and... So what else do we get rid of? Cut. And Oven. Cut one more thing. I guess a Thought Seizure. Oh, I actually needed that. All right. Yeah, this'll do. Let's see how it works. Our opponent is on the play like we thought they would be. This hand is so great. Why is there only 1 land? Anyway, as I was saying, something I really like about this deck is that it can just win out of nowhere. Oy, we can't play half the spells in our hand. That is not going to do it. But luckily our opponent mulliganed. All right, we will mulligan ourselves. This hand, okay, this hand works a lot better. We will get rid of... Oh, we've got to get rid of a second one as well. All right, let's hope to draw land number 3, but this should be okay. Ooh, another Cauldron Familiar. Lovely. We will play Basic Swamp, and then we will Thought Seize our opponent. Supreme Verdict, Vanishing Verse, Exile, counter... Alright, that could answer everything. Supreme Verdict is kind of annoying. Yeah, so we'll take away their No More Lies, and then they can Vanishing Verse one of our Cauldron Familiars. We'll put in this Blood Crypt tapped, because we do just have to fight through the removal. Yeah, we'll play this Cauldron Familiar. We will offer it up as a sacrifice. Yep, that's what we wanted. So now, actually, I think I will shock in the Blood Crypt to play Scavenger's Talent, because now they don't have that anymore. And then we can just slam Cauldron Familiar next turn and go to work. Yep, this... Oh boy, our opponent. Yeah. Alright, so that cleared the way. We still have a Witch's Oven adjacent card with Scavenger's Talent right here. I like this card better than Witch's Oven, personally. Alright, so we can't do anything with that, but we will get in for 1, and then we will level this up, because we need something else to do. And once again, we mulligan... okay. Now there's the trouble. Copperline Gorge. Okay, yeah, we'll just pop Gigantha in our hand. Okay, now that we have second Mayhem Devil, let's get in. Let's play Mayhem Devil number 2. We are trying to bait out the Supreme Verdict so we can get on with the rest of our day. Okay, well, let's attack. I'm not playing anything else. Because they will have to answer stuff eventually. Alright, we didn't have an answer to the first one, so why would we have an answer to the other one? Let's play Scavenger's Talent. Let's see. Oh, so that's a good thing to know about. Boom, boom. And we're still not playing anything. We don't have anything in hand, so let's go level 2. Eventually, our opponent will have to answer stuff, so they're tapping very precisely. Actually, they don't even have... Oh, I'm kind of dumb. I didn't even realize they didn't even have the mana for Verdict. Oh, shoot. I feel dumb now. We could have won this game. Okay, because they could untap and play stuff. Oh, shoot. I feel really stupid now. Oh, no. All their weird lands, and I thought they could play Supreme Verdict. Okay, we still might have won, because there's no telling that they can actually do anything. They've drawn so many cards. Okay, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. So they're tucking that. That works out. Do we get rid of Teferi? Or do we go for... try to put them on a clock? Oh. So... Alright, let's just get rid of Teferi so that way we don't have to worry about it. There's another Mayhem Devil incoming. Because it's been tucked away. But now we've got lethal on the... Oh, I should have played Blood Tithe Harvester. What am I doing? Ah! But it's still lethal on the battlefield. Yep. Hey! Okay. My stupidity aside, we actually won. We went technically 3-0 because our first 2 opponents conceded, and we made it up to silver. Yep, so hopefully this was a good enough apology match for you. I am really sorry about screwing up the actual gameplay footage. Well, sometimes your footage corrupts, I guess, but at least I know this won't, or at least I hope this won't. Welcome back, everyone. I hope this amalgamation of a video was somewhat enjoyable for you. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I was just really trying to figure out some way to make a video for this week after all of my footage went away. So I hope you understand, and I hope you had a good time. With that, have a great day, everyone. See you around.